Hey folks, John with Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in the computer business. Guys, I have another super cool one. I am so excited about this. They sent me in another one to test from LTL. You're going to love this. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, so before we jump into this, I wanted to give you a couple updates. A lot of you guys have been emailing me in the background about Grimburg, along, for the gavel and a couple other things they've got, and for Byrna. And guys, you know I'm a huge fan of Byrna. Now, I have contacted Byrna on their website. I have contacted Byrna through emails back and forth. I've contacted Grimburg. I'm trying to get the weapons in here to test for you guys. The second I can, I promise, we're going to have them on the channel for you. You know I'm a fan. I have a Byrna. I don't have a Grimburg yet because I haven't been able to get one. But as soon as I can, I promise you guys it will be on the channel and we'll put it through its paces. In fact, those two, the new Byrna and the new Grimburg, need to go head to head, and I think there's nobody in this audience that would disagree with that. Let me tell you. So, but today, we are going, you guys remember the video we just did on the LTL Alpha, and in case you guys forgot, it looked kind of like a big Beretta. There's a link for you. Well, today we've got the LTL Bravo. And guys, that box weighs twice as much as that Alpha. So we're going to crack into this together. I have no idea what we're going to see here because I don't open them without you guys. I want you to see it with me. All right. Let's see what we got here. I love FedEx boxes. You can't crack them without destroying them. Okay, so getting into it here. Guys, I'm 99.9% sure we know what that is. This looks like it might essentially be the exact same kit that they shipped up with the Bravo, but we're going to make sure of that. If it is, this will be a dozen C02 cartridges, which, hey, never turned down a good CO2 cartridge. But remember last time they were Special Force. So, yeah. And that is what that is. It is 360, it looks like 10. So the 10 of them, yes, they are Special Force. Okay, whatever. 12-gram CO2 cartridges. I've used these in a couple weapons, guys. They're exactly the same as the ones you get from Umarex or anybody else. So now going into the box here, looks like the next thing we've got in here are some 50 cal rubber balls, just like last time. These are the 2.6 grain rubber balls. And a little deeper in the box here. Oh, now we got something in here that's squishy. What in the world is this? Oh, no way. What is it? Oh, check it out, guys. A shirt from LTL. Okay, guys, that is awesome. I did not expect that. I will wear this on the channel for you guys. Seriously, that is too darn cool. Nobody has ever sent me a t-shirt before. Here's the kicker. They must have known to send a gigantic XL. They didn't even ask. And so they must have guessed my shirt size. You know what? Let's do this in honor. Hang on a second. And now look, we are representing LTL less than lethal. Even on the back. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, thank you for that. What a great surprise. That really caught me off guard. All right, so cracking in. Now, the last one, you guys remember, we got two of these canisters, right? One of them was the 2.6 and the other one was the regular 2.1s. This is the heavier balls. In this one, it looks like you only get one. God dang, guys. Nothing else in the box here. This is heavy. All right. Let's see what this thing looks like together, shall we? Yeah, okay, so just like the last time, you get the exact same book, it looks like. The same little sticker, which I love that sticker, guys. That's great. And you get your cleaning brush in there. And this is the weapon. Oh, my jeez. Guys, that is, holy cow, guys. Look at that. The entire top of this weapon, unlike the Alpha, this is metal. You hear that? That is all metal. Look at the design and the flare of that weapon. Holy golly. That is twice the weight of an HTP 50. That feels like a weapon. That feels like a fully loaded Glock 40 is what that feels like. So I love that. Now, and all of the weight you can tell is actually up top here, which I think is pretty cool too. Now, you've got the exact same loading mechanism. In fact, something that's weird about that, look at that. It was actually shipped with the loading mechanism up. Now, that I find interesting why they would do that. Not that it matters. It was probably just a QC thing when they put it in the box. But you load in the balls from the bottom here. And over here on the side, you do have a standard double trigger safety, just like on the other one. You've got standard red dot sights on there, which actually look pretty darn nice. And this is your indicator that tells you when when it's pressurized. That'll pop out, and there's a little red line on there for you. Now over here, guys, this is just like on the Alpha. This is the butt striker. But look how well that is built into the weapon, guys. I mean, that is a part of the gun. That looks amazing. I mean, look at that. Just look at that, how flat that is. If that thing performs, oh, by the way, 18 joules again out of the box is what we're promised. They didn't lie last time, so we're going to find out together if they're telling us the truth this time. But, oh, my gosh. All right, so to load this thing up, just like last time, you pull down on this, and then you twist this. So it's just like a pill bottle. You know how you have that weird way you got to push down, hold it? So you pull it. Look at that. Wink, wink. So pull down and twist, and this will open it up. This uses a standard 12-gram C02 cartridge, which we happen to have about 10 of them here. So let's go ahead and let's load one in. There you go. We're going to slide it in, nozzle down, just like that. And we're going to, man, that is in itself, guys, that is extremely heavy. That is all metal, you can tell. All right, so we're going to screw that down. Once you get down there, you're going to pull out a little bit and continue putting it in. Now, one thing about this that I want to make sure that everybody is crystal clear and aware of. Once you are in place, you want to make absolutely sure, and you can shift that is inside that seam. Now, let me explain why that's important. The way this fits in there, it is beautifully form-fitting. But if you are down too low, that can hang on the edge. So you want to make sure that once you've got this secured and tight, that is up inside that edge. You hear it click into place, just like that. That way, when you're ready to strike it, it's in position and ready to go. And on the LTL Alpha, a lot of people had mentioned that on theirs, they would have to strike it a couple of times. And you saw in the video when I did it, I had to hit it twice because I had to figure out where the strike point was. The sweet spot is actually at the front of that little cover right there. So if you hit back here, you would never get a good puncture, but up here, you'd get a good puncture every single time. We're going to see if it's the same with this one. Now, for testing purposes, let's go ahead and use what they sent us, because if it sends down 2.6 grain balls at an actual 400 feet, which is what we're looking for, high 300s, low 400s to be that 18 joule mark. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sound familiar? Just like the HDP 50, 6 rounds. All right, so I tell you what, make sure we're all secure here, and we are, and we're in. All right, let's go ahead and take this out to the range here, and we're going to put a couple rounds down range. I cannot wait to see if this performs the way it feels. Here we go. All right, guys, so as you can see, we've got our range set up. We have a few little targets flittering around down there. I need to clean that up a little bit before we start doing any actual target shooting and put a nice clean target up there. By the way, guys, Splatter Pro. Those are our sponsors on that, so make sure you're checking out their targets. All right, here we go. Here's what we're going to do. So we've got our ammo loaded up in here. We've got our CO2 cartridge in, and we've got this nice and seated up in there, guys. See how nice that little seal is right there? And then let's give this a shot. I'm going to try, without like getting too crazy here, I'm just going to try to hit it in this like same general area and see what we get. We're looking for this to pop out. So let's give it a shot. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that? Kind of like a... And as you can see, that is now popped out, and it's ready to go. All right, so let me go ahead, and we're going to get our eye protection, which I nicely left in the office here. There we go. Check it out. Too bad I don't have a nice LTL shirt or glasses, and I'm still wearing the Byrnas. But, hey, guys, I'll get them, I promise. I will get the Byrna in here, and I will get Grimburg. But here we go. All right. So we are charged and ready. No accuracy. We're just going for FPS on this. Let's see what we get out of it. Here we go. Ooh, that trigger pull is nice. Error. Come on. I'm having a hard time getting a sweet spot, guys. And that was 5. Let me go with that 6 rounds to get a shot here. All right. So as you can see, we did not actually get him on that one. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to reset this. Now, we've already sent 5 rounds down with this, all right? I want to see if we put in 5 more. I mean, obviously this is not fair, and we'll see what we get out of it. But with 5 rounds, we should still be in the approximate range. So let's see. And if not, worst case scenario, we will put in another CO2 cartridge. I guarantee it. Oh, excuse me, 6 rounds. 6 rounds. All right. So we got 6 more rounds in. This is now aimed here. Let's try it again and see if we can hit the actual sweep. I'm going to try to keep this in frame, guys, so you can see what I'm doing here, okay? So hold on. There we go. 364. 354. Let's try it again. Error. Yeah, we got one good shot out of it that we got a speed on. And we're out again. I tell you what, guys. I want this to be fair. I really do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a fresh CO2 cartridge in this. We're going to hit it one last time and see if we can get another reading out of it. We know that if you're on the 8th round, which is where we were, and it's hitting the 365 range, that you're hitting the 400s on a fresh cartridge. But I want to try it one more time. So hang on one second. All right, guys, so we've got our 6 more rounds in there. We've got a fresh CO2. And once again, guys, see how I have seated that up in there. That is critically important on this weapon. It is not going to come out. Once you get it seated, it's going to stay there, all right? So let's go ahead. We're going to puncture it. You hear that? That's pretty cool. All right. And now we're going to try one more time to get a speed reading. And let's reset it just in case, although I don't think that's making a difference. I really don't, guys. That spot's like right there, and that's all I'm getting out of it. I can't get any closer, so... All right, here we go. All right, and shooting. Error. Golly, guys, I am so sorry. I cannot. There we go. 325. 325. I don't think that's another read. 310. Okay, so we can verify that we are shooting in the... We know for a fact the low, or probably high 3s, low 4s on the first 5 rounds without a problem. This chrono is driving me insane. I'm going to get us another chroner because I cannot handle having to try to hit that spot. So let's test some accuracy, shall we? So we're using the exact same balls again here, guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, there we go, all loaded up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the chrono out of the way. At least we got some reading, so we know it's actually doing what it says it does. All right. And I'm going to set up a little bullfrog. I know what you're thinking. Don't shoot the bullfrog. We're going to shoot the bullfrog. Hold on a second. You know what? I'll even get you guys close so you guys can actually see what's going to happen to the poor little bullfrog. We'll put him right there. You're coming with me. Hang on a second. And I'm going to stay at this distance, guys. This is where I'm going to shoot this from. But I want you to get a close-up of what's going to happen to the little bullfrog. If I hit him, I might miss. We're going to try not to miss. But all right, let me tilt you down here. All this is live. You got to love it, right? There you go. All right, we're aiming for the little bullfrog. Hold on a minute. And this, guys, this is a heck of a distance. So... I'm not promising this is going to work at all. So I'm going to aim dead on first, and let's see what we get. Hang on. Okay, coming up. That hit right there and lodged in this particle board. That is 6 sheets of particle board, guys, that are together. So it hit a little bit to the... Oh, sorry, Froggy. That hit a little bit to the right, so I need to aim a little left. Let's try it one more time and see what we can get. Here we go. All right. Back on and firing. Oh! All right. Center of the zombie face there in the middle. And out. All right, let's see how we did there. All right, guys. Oh, well, let's start with Mr. Froggy. Okay, this is an interesting hit, guys. I want to show you this. So Froggy here is printed out of the same PLA filament that we use for Scully. So we went in Froggy's mouth. There you go. And we came out Froggy's hiney. So we went all the way through Froggy. That's pretty awesome. I like that. And as you can see, look at this. I was aiming center of the face. I know you guys were actually watching those hits. That is awesome. That is awesome. All right, guys, I tell you what. Let's go back here in the studio, and I want to talk a little bit about this weapon. God dang, that's heavy. Here we go. All right, folks, so let's talk about the LTL Bravo 1.5. Guys, that is a much superior weapon to the LTL Alpha, and the Alpha is a good weapon. You saw it. The weight, the sheer weight on this thing, if weight equates to value, there's a lot of value here, guys, because it is a lot heavier than the Alpha is. That is probably the heaviest non-lethal that I have ever picked up in pistol form. And that includes Byrna and Salt Supply and Tipman TPX and PepperBall. It's heavier than the PepperBall TCP, and that's a heavy gun. So honestly, this is a major, major improvement over the Alpha, and I could see where they're going with this. This has room for even more improvement. And if you look closely, guys, it's got the same kind of loading mechanism that the HDP 50 does, which means that my speed loaders would probably work on that. And I'm going to see if I can work on getting one modded if these become popular enough. We're going to find that out. However, overall, fantastic weapon. Really good accuracy at that 25 feet. I mean, that frog is tiny, and I was able to just drill. The first one was off to the right. I was aiming dead center. I moved a little down left, and man, it drilled right through it and went straight through the frog and out into that particle board. So this thing is no joke as a self-defense weapon, and that wasn't even firing pepper balls. You know how I feel about those. So, yeah, these are great. Guys, thank you for watching. Listen, I promise, I know you guys, the other one that you always want, that I hear about is Hero. I'm in communication with Byrna. I'm talking to them now. Apparently, they had one of their guys that said something about why they were dealing with ways they were sending out stuff to influencers. I never consider myself an influencer, guys. The way I consider myself is a truth giver. I want you to see a product before you go blow your cash on it to make sure that it's going to be something that'll work. I don't know what the story is with that yet, but I did respond to him, and we'll see. Grimburg, guys, Kurt, the guy over there, is so freaking cool. I know they're swamped, so I know that it's not his fault that we haven't got one out here. They're just buried under that new release, which they sold out of in like days, and now they have another new release coming out in April, and I really want to get my hands on either one or both of those to test them. And Hero. Those guys have responded to me a couple of times. In fact, the CEO himself contacted me, and that was it. It went dry. It looked like everything was fantastic. We were set up to go, and then it just went dry. So I have no idea what's going on with Hero. But there are a couple other ones that I'm talking to as well about getting some stuff in here. So all for you guys. I really, really want to bring this to you. You know how I feel about Less Than Lethal, and it's only going to get better. So thanks for watching. Have a fantastic week, guys. I may or may not have a drop this coming week. I'll be out of town for a week, and I'll tell you guys about that when I get back. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.